This is pretty cool. I like this. We start the chapter right where we left off, with Loki meeting rocks. The size difference is crazy. Look at that. I just realized I pointed at Whitebeard when I said rocks. Forget that. Now here's a page which really messed with me because I genuinely thought that we just got a random, out of nowhere emu reveal. We didn't, luckily, because I want the rocks and emu reveals to be separate. I don't want them to be the same backstory. But we ended up seeing this character, which I originally read this chapter. I thought this character was emu for a minute, just because of how closely, because of the silhouette and all that. But no, it's a different character. But we get to see emu. Pretty good. That's a W on my part. Now, what this chapter is primarily about is, well, for most of it, it's about Rox being in Erijua. And it's all about him killing the admiral that was hinted at in the previous chapter. We found out that he killed an admiral. We still don't know who it is, but we found out he killed an admiral, and it follows that storyline, that part of the story. Here's a page that I really like to look at. We get to see here, which is little Rox right here fighting against Harold, a ancient giant. This panel is just really cool. I really like this. But this is not the best part of the page. The best part of the page is what's right behind my giant head. Now, we don't know how big of a bounty he has, but we finally see his bounty poster. Now, you want to know why I'm bringing this up? Because of this right here. This green screen is really bad, but right here. This wanted poster right here. We know that Rox is the father of Blackbeard. But look at this poster, and look at the Buggy's poster. Very similar. Maybe the people who said that Buggy was one of Rox's kids might have been right. This green screen effect thing is awful, but I'm still using it anyway. Right, now what does this mean? Well, this might mean something very interesting. Because these two, right here, the green screen is awful. These two right here, wait no. These two right here might be brothers. Which is a crazy theory, but we're seeing a lot of stuff that is possibly making that true. I'm just saying. Now here's the page which I really like. This is probably going to be the most memorable page of the chapter. We get to see the entire Rox crew. This is not the entire Rox crew because we know of other characters that were a part of the Rox crew, but they're not on here. But we get to find out some new names, which is perfect because I have something on my notes app that has every single character in the Rox Pirates, and that was about a week ago I created. So I can add more people. Yay. Right, so we get to see Shiki, right now. Shiki right here. But he's not called the Golden Lion here. Maybe he just has two nicknames. But here, it says Shiki the Wicked. We've never heard that nickname as far as I know. Jesus, this green screen. But right behind we also see Buckingham Stussy. But in this, she's called Booking Stussy. But not Miss Booking. Which is interesting. We're seeing names that I don't think we've ever seen before. For these characters that we already know of. And then we have one other character here. This guy right here. Don Marlon. I don't think we've ever heard of this guy before. But he looks cool. He reminds me a lot of Beji. Maybe he's the father of Beji? We don't know. I mean, yeah, we saw Beji in Whole Cake, but we didn't know too much about him. Maybe he's related to him? Just a theory. A One Piece theory. Then we get to see another familiar face right here, Edward Newgate, future Whitebeard. Obviously, you have to have Whitebeard appear. One thing I've noticed is Kaido's not here, but that makes sense because in all of the flashbacks that we've seen of the Rocks Pirates, he's been an apprentice. But then we see these two people who are completely new, Ganzui and Ochoku. I don't think we've ever heard of any of these two characters. So that's interesting. And it says here, the future Commodore of Pirate Island, which is Hachinosu, which is explained. Not up here, but it's explained that they're trying to take over Hachinosu, which is pretty cool. Because that's the current island for Blackbeard. It's all coming full circle. Right, this video is getting quite long, so I'm just going to end the video on this page. So, what I do like about this page is what Rox says here. Join me, Harold. If we team up, we'll be unstoppable. That's pretty cool. There's also another quote here that I also do like. There's no such thing as a power that lasts forever. Maybe hints that Luffy or someone is going to take down Imu, stopping the ultimate power in the One Piece world? Maybe. This has been a fun chapter. I really liked it. Let me know your thoughts. So far, I'm really loving Elbaf. Elbaf is definitely a contender for top 5 best arcs in my opinion. I really do like this. Have a good day.